I am currently connected to Maximo Mobile on my phone and can see a box called Locations on my navigation screen. This box is visible because the user I am connected with has the necessary permissions to access the Locations feature. Tapping on the tile opens a screen similar to other Maximo Mobile applications, where a list of locations can be viewed. At the top left, there is a drop-down menu called My Locations. Tapping on this menu will display a few options. My Locations is a saved query that can be edited to define the criteria for downloading locations to the device, which is useful in disconnected scenarios to get all the necessary information about locations. In this scenario, I want to retrieve the information about a location to check some specifications, consult documentation, and update data that I have found to be incorrect. I select Locations created by me from the drop-down menu at the top left. If the search bar is not already open, it can be activated by clicking on the magnifying glass icon at the top right. I enter Room to filter the list. This intelligent search field can filter not only by location number, but also by description. Additional search fields can be enabled by configuring the application. In this scenario, I am going to choose the boiler room. The boiler room details are now displayed. Starting at the top left section, I can see the status of the location, which is operating. At the top right, I can see the cover image. If it is not already there, I can add it. For example, if I am in the field, I can take a photo with my device and add it as the cover image. Now I see some information about the boiler room, such as its classification, assigned priority, failure class, and type. As I scroll down, I can see two additional icons below the type. When I press on the first icon, a side drawer opens showing the meter readings. This allows me to check the value and date of the last reading for the meters associated with that location. The icon next to it shows the tree of child locations, starting with the location I have opened in the detail view. The next section is dedicated to the child assets of the location and the attachments. I can see that the location has 3 child assets associated with it and that there are 2 attachments. I will create a new asset that will be associated with the location and navigate through the attachment section. At the bottom, I can see the attributes of this particular location. This location is classified as boiler room, so the additional attributes or specifications, as we call them, are those related to that classification. Let's start again from the top and see what we can do. By clicking on the pencil icon in the top right-hand corner, I can go into edit mode for the main details of the location. Suppose the description is wrong and there is an identifying letter missing at the end. I can edit and correct the description. Some of these fields have a magnifying glass next to them, such as the type. When I am entering this information, I can click on the magnifying glass and choose from the list of available values. I scroll down and change the parent of the location. Currently, the parent is Needham. I can simply type in the new parent collocation or click on the 3 dots to scan or search. By performing a search, I can apply a filter to a field of the location I am looking for, such as code or description. Once the parent location is found, I select it and perform the parent change of the location. This action follows the same logic as changing the parent in Maximo Desktop. I go back to the top and click Save. This way, I have updated the description and moved the location under a new parent. By scrolling down, I can see the Child Assets section. By tapping on the Assets section, I can view the list of assets associated with the location. I can filter the list using the search bar. As mentioned earlier, the fields on which the filter is applied can be configured. By clicking on one of the displayed assets, I am taken to the Asset Management application on the Details page of the selected asset. Here I can view and edit the asset information using the standard functionality of the Asset application in Maximo Mobile. I press the top left button to return to the list of assets in the Locations application. Suppose we want to create a new asset representing a motor in the boiler room. Pressing the button in the top right-hand corner opens a side window where I can enter the code and description of the new asset. I enter Motor-Controlled Valve Tube in the description field and press the blue button to continue creating the asset. I am then taken to the Mobile Asset Management application to the details of the asset I have just created. The asset already has the code and description information entered when it was created, and the boiler room, which we are working on, is already set as the location. As before, I can view and edit the asset information using the standard functions of the Asset application in Maximo Mobile. I use the button in the top left corner to return to the Locations application. The newly created asset will appear in the list. I return to the Location Details screen. I continue by examining the Attachments section. There is a picture and a PDF manual. I can touch the image to examine the details of the boiler room and view or download the PDF file. A new attachment can be uploaded using the plus sign at the top right. I can upload something from my library or take a photo. In both cases, I can choose a name for the attachment. I will return to the location details. I'll now change the location status. I click on the status to open a side window with a list of available statuses. In this case, I select Active and confirm my choice by clicking on the blue button at the top right. This action follows Maximo's status change logic, so its history is recorded. Now for the specifications. As well as viewing the current specs, I can also edit them by clicking on the pencil icon in the top right-hand corner of the list. This brings up a side window where I can edit the specifications. If a field is free text, I can simply type in the value. If, instead, it is bound to a list of values, I can display the list and select the one I want. Let us look at another use case. Suppose we are in the field and want to use the map. I can filter the relevant location as I did before. There are two icons on the card. The first takes you to the map. Clicking on the pinpoint will open the map with a blue icon showing the location. At the top is the menu with all the tools available on the map. You can use the drop-down menu in the top right-hand corner to change the list of locations displayed below. You can toggle between the map and the list by pressing the first two buttons at the top right. Opening the map from the list will display green icons, one for each location in the list, with associated coordinates. A click on one of these icons will have the corresponding record open. Another use case is the creation of a new location. To create a new location, I can use the plus button in the top right-hand corner of the navigator or a similar button in the list screen. This will open a page similar to the Edit page, where you can enter the information required to create a new location. That's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you are interested in learning more about this solution and the IBM Maximo Application Suite, please contact us at info@tempestive.com.